Well, hello, and thank you for joining me back here at my home, jensmeramecvalleyhome, of course. And today we are still working with pumpkin. It is October and it is pumpkin time. So what we're going to be making today is a 5-ingredient pumpkin Alfredo, and I'm sure you're going to find out that it is going to be delicious, and we're going to try it and we're going to see how it works out, but that's what we're making today. So just hang on with me and we'll be right back, and we'll be making this just really delicious pumpkin Alfredo. All those pumpkins. Yep, they haven't turned yet. Those are gourds, but they're in the squash family. Alright, so what we have here is some pappardelle noodles, and I brought my water up to a boil. So we're going to add our pappardelle noodles. I'll lay them in there. You can do this with any pasta. It just doesn't have to be this. I just happen to have this on hand, and I needed to use it up. All right, so that should be plenty. We're going to give it all a little bit of a stir here. It kind of gets soaked into the pan. We have some parsley. We have some pumpkin in the container here that I'm going to use. I had used it from another recipe. We do have some grated parm. I've got some half and half. We're going to add some half and half, and we're going to add a little pinch of nutmeg to it, and that's really all there is to it. So we're going to let this pasta come up to a boil and get really tender. And then we're going to move along to making our sauce for the pumpkin Alfredo. So we'll be back just as soon as this gets done here. All right, so our pasta is done over here. I just put it in a bowl to basically get it out of the way here. All right, so our next step is going to be 2 tablespoons of butter, which I have right here. So we're just going to put that in there. We're going to move that out of the way. Turn our heat on a medium for now, and we're just going to let that come to where it's melted down in the pan. So this is probably going to be a very easy recipe for either a side dish or you can make it as a main meal. You've got healthy pumpkin, and it really is going to add a lot of flavor to this Alfredo. I think a lot of people may think that it's something that would not taste good in an Alfredo, but I guarantee you it's going to taste really good. So while we're letting this melt here, now in here I've got my pumpkin, as I said, and I need 3/4 of a cup. This is 3/4 of a cup. I did measure it. I put it back in my refrigerator because I knew I was going to make this recipe. We are also going to need a 1/2 cup of half and half and a 1/2 cup of the Parmesan cheese. So just as soon as this gets going here, then I'm going to stir in my pumpkin, pour in the half and half, and stir it all up until it's combined. And then we'll go from there. Now, the main thing that we're going to have to do is make sure that it gets thick enough once we put all the ingredients together. So we'll do that here in just a minute. Okay, so our butter is melted, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our pumpkin. Yes, Tippy, I know you want to go outside. Add our pumpkin in. And we're also going to do our 1/2 cup of half and half. Let me get my 1/2 cup. There we go. We're just going to pour that right on in there. And let's just bring this to a stir. Maybe turn the heat down just a tad. And let's get it all combined here. And the good thing is if the sauce is a little bit too thick, we can always thin it out with a little bit more half and half, which I think we're going to do. That's making a really nice mixture there. All right. Then we're going to stir in our Parmesan cheese, which is going to be a 1/2 cup also. That's pretty good right there. Okay, we'll stir that in. Okay, and then we're just going to add a pinch of nutmeg. Nutmeg is one of those things that you don't want to use a whole lot of, so it's kind of just to your taste. Don't use a lot of it though, because it is kind of strong. and overbearing, and it will taste more like nutmeg than it will be Alfredo, I'm afraid. Now I think I'm just going to thin this out just a little bit more. Open up my just till you get a good desired consistency. You don't want it super thick, but you don't want it super thin either. Now that might just be the right consistency. We're going to add a little pepper. And I'm going to use my pink Himalayan salt because that's what I use. I'm going to stir that in. See, it comes together real fast, real easy. Okay, so now we're just going to turn our heat off. And we're going to add our pasta in. Kind of loosen it up a little bit. And we're just going to toss it around in there. And get it all good and coated. Doesn't that look scrumptious? It just looks delicious to me. We're going to add also just a little bit parsley. Tippy. She's such a good little kitty. Meow. All right, and that's all there is to it. So I think this deserves a taste test. So let me get some of this out and we'll taste it together. All right, y'all, we've got a heavenly smelling pumpkin Alfredo, and it looks just delicious. So let's just have a bite of this. Very good. The pumpkin is so creamy, and it goes very well with the Parmesan cheese. And it's such a simple recipe. This is so good. I could just sit here and eat this, but I won't. But for a quick and easy dinner or a side dish, this would be great to add to your recipe collection and make that for your family. You could even take that to a potluck. Or, you know, like I said, if you just want to have a meatless Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, whichever day, then you could definitely make that and cut out the meat, or you could actually add some Italian sausage to that as well, and that would be wonderful. So that is all I have for you today. It's been a very busy day, and we started out going to an apple orchard and picked a couple of pecks of apples, and we then had a few other errands that we needed to run, so we did those. And now we're a little bit tired, needless to say. I think my husband's taking a nap right now. But anyway, I've got other things to do. I've got to go water my carrots and get ready for tomorrow, which is our church day. So please, please try this recipe. Give me a thumbs up. I'll put that recipe down in the description box. Any questions, I'll have my Gmail there. You can send me a Gmail or just a comment below. I'll get back with you as soon as I possibly can. And as always, just give me a thumbs up, like, share, and please subscribe. That's the most important thing. Subscribe to my videos. That's what's going to keep me on YouTube. So if you like it, please do that. So until the next time, and we will be making probably one more pumpkin recipe coming up in the next few days. So be sure to watch. And I love you all. You have a great, great day. And as always, please don't let your heart be troubled. Have a wonderful day.